watching Rogers TV.
Welcome to Daytime Ottawa. Got a great show ahead for you. So excited. But before we get to that, I'm also excited because we have a fantastic contest running right now. It's our Amazing Mom Mother's Day contest. Deadline, by the way, is this Sunday, May 5th at midnight. And here are all the details. We know how amazing moms are, and just in time for Mother's Day, here's an opportunity to tell us how great she is and make her eligible to receive an exclusive makeover package. Just send us a few sentences telling us why your mom is so special and why she deserves a free professional makeover. The winner will receive an incredible makeover prize pack consisting of makeup and hair care services courtesy of Bruno Racine's Salon and L.A. Barrett. They have both worked with some of the biggest stars in North America. So there you have it. RogersTV.com/amazing mom. Tell us why your mom, your grandmother, and that mom figure in your life is so fantastic in 500 words or less. And we will actually do the big reveal on Monday, May the 13th. Bruno and Leslie Ann Barrett will be right here on the show to do the big reveal, and the contest winner will be part of that celebration as well. Well, speaking of celebrating, let's celebrate in the kitchen. Daniela Croco, she is the host and chef of Simply Cooking by Chef. Jeez, how many times have I said that?
It's like a tongue twister.
I'm just excited. I've got you back here. Your sister's here?
Yeah, my sister's here visiting.
That's exciting.
We are doing a fridge makeup, but also something that I make often. Okay. So I thought that it's spring and it's really dreary here in Ottawa today.
It's a little, a little bit.
So let's bring a little bit of sunshine and Caribbean into the kitchen.
I love it.
So we all know that I love Jamaica.
Yep.
And you're headed to Cuba soon.
I am.
So,
yes,
you know, we all love a hot vacation.
How many times have you visited Jamaica now?
11.
11. Good,
11
wow.
times.
Good for you. Good for you.
And so this is a Jamaican-inspired dish.
Okay.
I have some rice that I put on before the show started.
All right.
And it's just cooking there for us.
What have you added to that? Because I smell there's like a spice in there. What have you got in there?
This amazing Jamaican jerk seasoning that I bring back right from Jamaica. Yeah, absolutely.
I love it.
But we're really lucky here in Canada that we have a lot of international sections at our grocery stores.
Yes.
And this company, and there's another company called Grace, which is a Jamaican company. And at stores like Food Basics and stuff in Freshco, you can even like buy real authentic Jamaican jerk seasoning and stuff like that. But if you don't have that, you could just put some chili flakes in there.
Okay.
It's just to give it a little bit of kick.
I will too give a shout out. We have a lot of great local, independent Caribbean grocers as well
absolutely.
That will have this kind of product too. They have some and some other products that you probably will never find in a regular grocery chain.
Absolutely.
So what do you got here? Just chicken breasts
here? So I had 2 chicken breasts. I cut them like lengthwise to make them skinny.
Gotcha.
And then I cut them in half. So 2 chicken breasts is 8 pieces.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
And the reason I did that is just because we're on TV.
It'll cook
and I want them to cook nice and quick.
Okay.
But if you're doing this at home, you don't have to cut them up. Actually, my favorite way to make this dish is actually on the barbecue.
Okay.
Because you get that really delicious, grill marks and stuff like that.
I'm a griller.
I didn't really season the chicken because a lot of the flavor is going to come from everything else.
All right.
But you certainly could.
A little salt and pepper if you wanted.
Some of that jerk seasoning in there or what have you.
Gotcha.
So this is a dish that you can make in under 30 minutes on a busy weeknight.
Nice.
But it's also a dish that you could choose for me to serve you at a dinner party.
I like the segue.
In the middle of the summer. We are heading into...
You must be busy
celebration
these days.
Season. Yeah, absolutely. So dinner parties almost every weekend. I've got a couple weddings this summer. I just did a party for 60 people on Saturday.
Nice.
So yeah, it's the busy, fun, exciting season.
The chicken's not the only thing sizzling.
No.
Your business is sizzling at the same time.
And so I brought this other frying pan because I am making basmati rice to go with this.
Right.
But I had this sad cauliflower. You can see it's sad because it has like the little tiny like pieces on there. A lot of people like to buy their cauliflower rice already made, which you can like in the frozen section at Costco or like in the cold salad area. But when I have it, you can also do it with broccoli. I just do it with a cheese grater.
Oh, That's easy. Yeah, I usually put it in a blender to do that because, as you know, my wife's on a keto diet, so she doesn't eat rice. But
that's exactly why. Like if you're someone who's a little bit lower carb, or for me right now, like we're heading into the summer, I'm trying to lose my pasta carby winter chubbiness, you know, and just looking to lean down a little bit.
The pasty carby winter
chunkiness. Everyone has it.
I'm suffering a little bit. Well, maybe more than a little bit, because I'm having to give away a lot of my dress shirts to my son, who's quite excited about the prospect, but I still haven't gotten rid of the COVID tire area. You know what I'm saying?
So they're like the buttons are a little tight.
Well, and then you sit down and then you get the crunch button, right? And you're interviewing somebody and they're looking at and you can see that their concentration goes from your face and they look down a bit because they see all this popping action going on. So
but that's just real life.
I gotta lose a little weight myself as well.
That's just real life, you know, like the
winter. Want to turn these?
Yes, please. You know, winter here in Canada, especially in Ottawa, you know, it's cold. We eat a lot of comforting foods.
Yes.
We don't work out as much. We don't walk as much. You know, for me, I eat a lot of French fries in the wintertime.
Really?
I love a good oven fry, yeah.
French fries?
I love French fries.
Wow, I do too. But I'm a chip stand French fry guy.
Well, yeah.
It's got to be the chip stand.
I live in Elmer now.
Oh.
And so I have
You've got the chip stand.
I've got like 8 chip stands walking distance from my house. A fresh farmer's market too, but let's go get some lettuce and then some fries.
Yes,
after,
exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Well, we've got probably 3 of them on the way up to the cottage.
Oh,
and
so you stop
at all, you know, all 3.
One on the way back,
on occasion,
one on the way there.
Exactly.
Yeah. You have like your favorite
chocolate milkshake and a medium fry with salt and vinegar.
People are always like, "Oh, you're a chef. You must eat so gourmet." But the thing is, we all fall back on the things that bring us comfort.
For sure.
My mom was a single mom, so we ate a lot of frozen fries. Like, and so for
me, don't get me wrong, I like the frozen fries for sure.
That's like a feeling of comfort, you know what I mean?
Great memories too.
Right now, like heading into the summer season, we've got Blues Fest coming here in Ottawa. We've got a lot of outdoor festivals, Italian Week. We've got our markets are starting to open up in just a couple weeks.
I cannot wait for that.
You know, and so
you must. I mean, as a chef. Like, we're coming up to the most exciting season for you, right?
Like, literally, probably now until, well, the thing is, for me, I always say fall is the most wonderful time of the year because it's harvest time.
Right.
So right now, like, it's exciting. Greens are coming, fresh herbs are coming, berries, like, you know, strawberries and raspberries and local little cherry tomatoes from the greenhouses. But fall is really where it's at because that's where like the tomato processing.
That's true.
That's true. You know, so I just want to show you guys how I make my cauliflower rice. So cauliflower rice, even when you buy it, is like raw.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it doesn't really taste really great. So I like to put it in a little bit of olive oil.
Okay.
For a dish like this, I love to put some lemon or lime zest in there because it just
I never thought of that.
Flavors it up really nicely.
But because you're right, there's not a lot of flavor. It's a little bit bland.
And the thing is, like with rice, you're used to that. Yeah. And the rice will soak up the sauce.
Right.
But this doesn't really soak anything up, you know?
Gotcha.
So I like it to have its own little flavor. You want to give us a little salt pinch in there?
Oh, of course I do. Yes, yes, yes.
We put salt in vegetables because we want, perfect. We want the moisture to cook out, right?
Okay, we're going to take a quick break. You're sticking around for another segment, right? Because we got to finish this all at home.
We're making pineapple salsa next.
Pineapple salsa after the break, my friends. Don't go anywhere. Back with Daniela Croco right after this.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details. We
We know how amazing moms are, and just in time for Mother's Day, here's an opportunity to tell us how great she is and make her eligible to receive an exclusive makeover package. Just send us a few sentences telling us why your mom is so special and why she deserves a free professional makeover. The winner will receive an incredible makeover prize pack consisting of makeup and hair care services courtesy of Bruno Racine's Salon and L.A. Barrett. They have both worked with some of the biggest stars in North America.
Some of Canada's most interesting and accomplished people share their lives, careers, insights, and stories each week on Canada Files. I'm Valerie Pringle, and I'll be speaking with economist Mark Carney, actor Eugene Levy, author Louise Penny, and architect Moshe Safdie, among others. I hope you can join us.
This is your official invitation to join me for an hour to give. I'm Sam LaPrade. This week, you're going to hear all about the Ottawa Hospital Foundation and the incredible Creating Tomorrow campaign. Join us then.
Every year, dozens of Canadians are killed or seriously injured because they take risks around railway tracks. Talk to your loved ones about rail safety. Visit stoptracktragedies.ca.
Welcome. Hey, there she is.
Sorry, guys.
She's chef and host of Simply Cooking by Chef, which you can watch right here on Rogers TV tonight, as a matter of fact, at 8 p.m. Tons of repeats as well. Just go over to rogerstv.com/Ottawa to see those repeats. And by the way, this show repeats at 6 and 11 p.m. every day as well if you don't catch it live each and every day. All right, so we've got the beautiful smells going here.
Yes.
Now you're going to tackle the old... What in the
Pineapple.
world?
Have you ever done that before?
No.
Is that a great way to take the top off of a pineapple?
100%.
And then you can use this like as a decoration.
I like it.
This is a really sad pineapple. You see it's like getting bad.
Starting to go.
But it's perfect for salsa.
Okay.
So I'm going to make a salsa or a chutney or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I brought a tomato and a mango over there just to show you guys that you can certainly do this if you don't have a pineapple.
Okay.
You could use a can of diced pineapple or even frozen. But we're really lucky here, and we have really affordable pineapples.
We do. If you buy them whole, for sure.
Yeah,
actually,
absolutely.
even sometimes cut, when they just come in the container, cut like that.
Yeah.
You can get them at a reasonable price, right? Depending on the time of year.
Our favorite store where we both always get recognized here, the Superstore here in town, they have a new machine right next to the pineapples, and it doesn't cost any more money. You put the pineapple in the machine.
Wait, in the what?
And it peels it and cores it and puts it in that little deli container for you.
It's almost like
entertainment. And you stand there and watch it.
I love it.
Yeah, you gotta go and try that.
I will check it out.
Okay, so usually we don't eat the core of the pineapple because it's like hard.
Yeah.
But I love to put it into salsa. Pineapple, which as we know is my favorite fruit, and the logo of my show, and the logo of everything.
I never connected that.
But the most healthiest part of the pineapple actually is the core. So pineapple has something in it called bromelain, which is a digestive enzyme, which helps you digest food and helps you break down things in your stomach.
Right.
And most of it lives in here. Okay. So if you ever have a stomach ache, or you are eating something really heavy, or
like a digestive for after dinner sort of thing, right? Put it in your dessert.
That and put it in your dessert, or chew on it, and it'll help you digest. You can actually marinate steak in pineapple, and it will help break it down and make it really tender.
I've been told too, it's also good for swelling. Like if you have swollen joints and so forth, the pineapple's really excellent for that.
The bromelain digestive enzymes, what they do is not only do they help break down stuff, but when they're helping break down stuff, it means that your body doesn't have to work as hard to break it down.
Okay.
So that's why they're good for healing, because they help your body not have to work as hard.
Gotcha.
And then it can concentrate on all the things it needs to do, healing, right?
I said swell. I meant inflammation, but same thing.
Yeah,
exactly. It's supposed to be great for inflammation.
So we've got the pineapple here that I'm dicing up. On the break, I had put a red onion, 1 clove of garlic, and I squeezed some lime juice in there. Our cauliflower rice is nice and cooked here.
I love watching chefs cut, right? Like she's not even looking down at anything, and you're cutting away. You're scaring me, but
whatever.
I know you're a professional.
Okay, so we have that, and then we have
whatever, Derek.
You've seen me before.
I know.
I'm just kidding.
But if anyone at home does this,
No, be careful.
Yeah.
Be careful. So we have some cilantro. I'm going a little fast just because we're on TV and I don't know the time. Would you give me a little salt sprinkle in my salsa?
Of course I can. Let me come on over there and give you a little.
Love it, love it.
There we go.
I'm going to squeeze this lime juice in there.
You need the lime juice, by the way.
And we need a little bit of, I like to put a little fat in my salsa.
I do too, yeah.
Especially when you have chicken breast that's pretty lean. Also another nutrition tip, if you eat green food, so cilantro, green food, if you don't put any fat with it, you don't absorb the vitamins that are in the green food.
Really?
So green is vitamin K.
Right.
And it's a fat-soluble vitamin. So if you make a smoothie in the morning with a banana and some kale and some spinach and an apple, and you don't put any fat in there, you're not absorbing it.
We have learned something today, friends. We have learned something today.
Okay, so we're ready to plate. That's why I was doing these. So we've got two. We've got
the rice.
Our rice. I'm going to use the same
and
spoon.
And cauliflower rice.
So we have our regular basmati rice.
It's perfectly cooked.
Look how nice that is.
Well done. Yeah.
And then we have some cauliflower rice. All
right.
That's flavored with lime.
And this is something, by the way, that Daniela will do for you at home. Like you got a busy life, right? You don't have time to cook. Well, and you want to make sure you get something that's nutritious and delicious, and somebody that has the skills to put things together and customize it with you, right? This is what you do.
Yeah. This morning I was at a weekly client. I go there every week. I grocery shop and I make them 17 or 18 portioned out meals so that mom and dad can just grab and take to work, fit to what they like, what their needs are. She's trying to lose a little bit of weight, so we do like more lower carb, higher protein for her.
Probably leaner meats and that kind of thing. Yeah.
And so this is something that is also great. You can make extra. I love to do that. Like when I'm making dinner for Wendell and I.
Absolutely, we do the same.
Like this is not for two. You make enough for 4 or 6, and then you pack it up in little containers for the rest of the week.
Because, and we just had, by the way, a couple of segments recently on food waste. Lionhearts was here. Food Sharing Ottawa was on the show as well, and they're doing amazing work. But it's up to us as individuals more than anything, right? There's so much food waste. If you're making extra, and some people say, oh, I don't like to have leftovers, right? Well, just put it in the freezer and wait a couple of days.
That's exactly it. Or I was going to say, what's popped up in my community, and I think we have some here on the Ottawa side as well, is a community fridge.
Yes.
I've never seen more reach outs on Facebook ever in my life as I have in the last 6 months of people reaching out because they're not able to make it by the end of the month.
Yeah.
And so we've got these great kitchens. You can drop off food. There's one in Elmer, and I think there's one in Carlington here on the Ottawa side as well.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And there's a fridge there, and you can just go there. So sometimes Wendell and I eat chili 4 nights in a row, and I don't want chili anymore.
And that's fair.
Bring it to a donation spot, or give it to someone who would appreciate it and really need it.
What I also would encourage everybody at home, in neighborhoods right across the city, and I'm sure it's on the other side of the river as well. If you're part of an email service in your neighborhood, people are giving away food.
Yeah.
Right. Listen, I opened this package. I didn't like it. Do you want? I just picked up some hot sauce from a dude the other day.
Absolutely.
He said I tried this hot sauce. I didn't like it. If you like this Frank's Buffalo hot, so I picked up some free hot sauce tonight. 8 p.m. Simply Cooking by Chef, starring this fantastic gal. We'll be back with more right after this. Don't go anywhere. Nicely done, my friend. Woo!
All right. Oh, thank you.
Hey.
How many are we
Do we
gonna
have fun or what?
We do always have fun.
All right, let me just
Think it's okay to drive high? Think again. Drug-impaired driving is as illegal as drunk driving, and in Ontario, the penalties are the same. If police suspect you're driving under the influence of drugs of any kind, or a combination of drugs and alcohol, and you fail a roadside test, your license will be suspended immediately for up to 30 days. You'll pay a penalty of $198. And you can be charged with a criminal offense of impaired driving, the same as alcohol. Driving high is never okay.
Leonard Thompson, 13 years old, diabetes mellitus, 65 pounds.
Starve the child to let them live? The treatment's as cruel as the disease. It's a death sentence.
Dr. Banting, this could be it.
He's
the first to receive this trial. But will it save him? It's not pure enough.
So we try again. And again. And again.
Before the discovery of insulin, diabetes was a death sentence. Banting, Best, Collip, and MacLeod's breakthrough has saved millions of lives. Leonard Thompson's was the first.
Join us for the new season of Ottawa Storytellers, right here on Rogers TV. Watch Podium exclusively on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to the show. Well, Mother's Day is just around the corner. Remember, Sunday, May 12th, and many of us leave it to the last second. Don't do that. Don't do it. Mind you, my next guests, they have great delivery right across the country. This is something that brings back so many wonderful memories, and I'm sure when I mention the name, you're all going to go, oh my goodness, I remember they used to have so many of those locations in malls right across the Ottawa region, and that is Things Engraved, and they are still around, but they are around online. Here to tell us more about it, Alison Boudreau is the social media coordinator of Things Engraved. Welcome. Great to have you here.
Thanks so much for having me.
I mean, do you have that same memory of Things Engraved? I mean, I'm a little bit older than you, but I remember almost every mall in the city had a Things Engraved in it.
Yeah, my grandparents live across the street from Bayshore Shopping Center,
Okay.
and I remember going to a retail location of Things Engraved, you know, most of my life.
So there were hundreds, right? Like,
There
what
were
the history
hundreds.
behind this is pretty amazing success story, right? Back in the day.
So, I mean, Things Engraved has been around for a really long time. It was originally started in 1982, and there were just a handful of retail locations across Canada. And over the years grew to hundreds and hundreds of retail locations across Canada and some in the US.
Right.
And then in 2020, we all kind of know what happened.
Yeah.
And just like many retail locations, retail stores, all of the retail locations kind of closed down because of COVID.
Right.
And converted to online only. So we're still online only. But the really big benefit to that is that we have a ton of products. Everything happens at our production location in Ottawa. And so we can ship everything out and produce it really quickly in-house. And, you know, it's kind of like the positive post-COVID.
Yeah, I mean, no, but it's nice to hear that there were some advantages involved, right?
Mhm.
And it's kind of cool that it's happening right here in our city, right? All of this being
Yeah.
manufactured.
And people are more accustomed to buying things online.
Right.
Post-pandemic life.
Absolutely. So, I mean, you've kept, obviously, a lot of those things that we would, you know, back in the day that we would get engraved, but you've expanded upon that, right?
Yeah, so I mean, we're always adding new products. So obviously it's Mother's Day, so we have lots of new fun products. The big thing that Things Engraved is known for is customization and personalization.
Right.
So any of the products you can get personalized. So you can get names on it. You can get products with custom sayings. If you had like a family joke with your mom, that would be a great thing to do for Mother's Day.
For sure.
Obviously, I don't know those things because I don't know everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
So I couldn't bring any of those things as an example. So I brought some of our kind of more standard, some like fun designs. So we have some more sentimental things for Mother's Day, and we have some kind of funnier things. So starting off, I have some of our most popular products. Which
Okay,
are
let's talk about those.
Our photo mugs. So I'm going to get you to find the photo mugs. They're those two up
These
front.
two here?
And,
Okay.
you know, we planned this one.
All right,
We
you gotta
planned them.
check this out. This is so I have to give the hats off to White Dog Photography. So sorry, White Dog Portrait. So Melissa, who owns this amazing business, local business, she did these two 2 portraits of our dogs, and you sent me a note and said, hey, you know, can you send me a picture of something? So I thought, what better pictures than so everybody's been talking about the work that she did. And it just,
awesome.
like, I almost cried on the show when she gave me the 2 portraits, and to have them on mugs, yeah. So that's the kind of idea, right, that people can do. I mean, have a memory for life, right?
Exactly, and so many people do like family photo shoots and that kind of thing, and then they sit in your cloud forever, and you never actually get to print them, or you change phones and you lose things. And so this is kind of like your opportunity to like solidify things. And especially with our photo mugs, you can do them right-handed, you can do them left-handed, so you can, you know, look at your picture every day.
That is great. That is great. Let's talk about some of these. Well, we'll finish with mugs first of all, because maybe you don't necessarily have something in mind that you want to put on a mug, but there are certain things that you guys already have prepared, right?
Yeah, so this one is one of our more popular mugs right now, and it's one I personally relate to because I have a 7-year-old and a 1.5-year-old.
Okay.
And so sometimes I think I'm a super mom and a super wife, but most of the time I'm just super tired.
Super tired. That is great. I love it.
That's one of our more popular.
That's an honest mug for everybody, everybody at home there. Yeah, look, just different ways of telling mom that you love her. And moms drink coffee and they drink tea.
So we have to have lots of variety, and that's why, you know, you can upload your own. If you're not sure what to get, we have those pre-existing designs, so you can, you know, if you're the super tired mom and you're trying to find something for your own mom, you can go through and find something without thinking too hard.
Very nice. You also have like glasses, so you can customize something like this as well. I guess you put this in so that we could see the writing, right, on television, right?
Exactly. So one says Mom's Magic Juice, so the wine glass. So that's another, like,
nice.
You know, we don't take ourselves too seriously here at Things Engraved. I mean, there's lots of beautiful things, but it's fun. I mean, especially, you know, Mother's Day can be like a pretty serious or pretty emotional holiday, but it's nice to throw in some humor there.
I agree.
I think moms are pretty lighthearted.
Oh, listen, my mom's got a great sense of humor. This is one that stood out to me when I was on the website. Like some moms, you know, again, that could be, you know, that you have a teenager that calls you bruh.
I have one at Mama and Bro right now.
Really?
Yeah.
I love it.
My 1.5-year-old just started saying Mama, and my son tries to say Bro.
Okay.
But then he gets in trouble. So.
Here's another example. Again, you can customize like something like this as well.
If you went to thingsengraved.ca and you found this pillow, it would be a slightly smaller design, and you'd have the option to add a name below or a message. So you could say like, thanks mom, or master of multitasking, like you really had to with us, or any kind of message that you want. And same goes for all of the mugs. You can add names. So like for Alfie and Stewie, we added their names.
I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. And you've got some really cool boards here too, right?
Yeah, so I mean, I'm a mom that likes to cook, so we have this one that's everything's better in Mom's kitchen.
Nice.
Which, I mean, like, you know, you always hear that like the kitchen is the heart of the home, and I mean, I really think moms tend to live in the kitchen a little bit, especially when you're concerned about your kids being healthy.
And that's where families gather, right? I mean, those are some of my best memories with my mom, is being in the kitchen and helping her out. And you know, as I grew up, I started enjoying cooking, and so my mom and I would often cook together. So these are just fantastic. By the way, thingsengraved.ca, everybody, you can find them all over social media as well. Great to have you back, Allison. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. We'll be back with more right after this. We know how amazing moms are, and just in time for Mother's Day, here's an opportunity to tell us how great she is and make her eligible to receive an exclusive makeover package. Just send us a few sentences telling us why your mom is so special and why she deserves a free professional makeover. The winner will receive an incredible makeover prize pack consisting of makeup and hair care services courtesy of Bruno Racine's Salon and L.A. Barrett. They have both worked with some of the biggest stars in North America.
I'm Sam LaPrade, host of Ottawa Business Matters. We're going to gather here every single week and speak about business here in the capital. We're going to inspire, influence, and inform.
You.
Join us for season 4 of Simply Cooking by Chef, Sunday nights at 8 o'clock, right here on Rogers TV.
Learn all about the creation of the National Capital Region on The History of Ottawa, according to Phil Jenkins, on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to the show. This is an example of, starting something small and trying something out, and then it just turns into an absolutely beautiful thing, and it's inspired by their daughter, Sage, here to tell us more about it. I am joined by Kim Vincent and Jose Martel from Ability Hive. Welcome to you both. Great to have you here.
Thanks for having us. Yeah.
Kim, so take me back to this idea of you want to do a Halloween and you want to get people together and do something really special. Take me back to that moment.
Yeah, so it all started last October, just about a week before Halloween. We were watching the news, Jose and I, and we had seen that there were some accessible Halloween events happening in different cities. We saw one newscast, and then the following day, I think one was Calgary and then Toronto, and we just looked at each other and we just said, like, it's amazing, and Jose said something like, why doesn't anybody do it here? Yeah. And then the light bulb went on. And we had an amazing Halloween display, to begin with, because we kind of go crazy for Halloween anyways.
Yeah, we do.
And so we just thought, let's try to do it. So we put out some feelers on a local Facebook group. We're out in Embrun, and there's about 5,000 people in this group. And then the post just took off and blew up, and so much so that the mayor reached out to us and wanted to, offer his support and help. And then all the neighbors came together, and within a week, or not even, like maybe 5 days, we had a website, a Facebook event, and it just went so well. And we had people coming out from Ottawa, locally.
We got donations as well.
We had donations. The neighbors were just amazing, and it just went so well. And that was really where Ability Hive started.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Jose, this is because your daughter Sage has special needs.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about your daughter and her challenges.
So our journey actually started. It's been a while now. It's been 6 years.
Yeah.
She was diagnosed with autism and speech delay at age 2. So Kim and I have experienced pretty much all that you can think of when it comes to autism: sleep issue, anxiety, picky eater. Pretty much everything. Is there something I'm missing?
It's just a whirlwind, and she's the inspiration for everything we do with Ability Hive. And we've been talking about doing something like this for a couple of years, and then when the whole Halloween thing came, it was sort of the catalyst. You know?
Right. Yeah. And what about resources, Jose? So you're trying to find your way through this, the system, so to speak. And did you have a difficult time finding the resources that you needed?
Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
We had a hard time finding everything, pretty much.
So Kim, tell me, okay, so it begins with this idea of getting people together, and let's have this all-inclusive Halloween trick-or-treating, and then it blossomed from there. Tell me about the growth.
So after the Halloween thing came and went, we were just on such a big high, and it was amazing. We had such big support, and we thought, what do we do next? And we thought, what? We've always had a hard time getting special needs products. We'd had to source them from different places. Let's see if we can come up with a website that we sort of sell a bit of everything, and and then not only just be a business, but something that gives back. So we launched Ability Hive with a brand new website on March 1st.
Okay.
And with that, we also raised awareness for the disabled special needs community. We did our first online, like a video blog on Travis Iverson, which we got his pins.
Yep. Nice. I know. I was like,
shout out to
I
Travis.
wish I would have brought my pin along.
Shout out to Travis.
Yeah,
he's a great guy. And then as well, we donate a portion of all of our sales to a local nonprofit nonprofit organization that serves the autism community.
Fantastic. Well, let's talk about you brought it. This is just a small selection, by the way, everybody.
Yeah, we've got about 190 products now, so this is a very small sample of what we have.
Well, something like this stands out to me right off the bat. Tell me about this, Kim.
Yes, that's a 2 kg weighted lizard by Manimo. It's a great company out of Quebec. It's great for kids who need to feel their body in space. So, you know, you put it on your lap or laying down on your chest, and then do it for about 15-20 minutes, and it'll give up to 6 hours of just like calmness.
And it helps with anxiety. Yeah.
Wow. Great for anxiety. A lot of kids just melt into them. They're great. We've also got the weighted turtle as well, which is another version of it. Yeah.
I guess this is just a smaller sort of version,
weighted,
same idea.
Yeah, it's a weighted half moon ball that you can kind of compress as well. We've got all kinds
soft
of
and I guess the texture and the color and everything that's incredibly important as well.
Yeah, the texture, the color. This one's actually been our most popular one.
This lizard here. Okay.
It's just whatever catches people's eyes, but a lot of the stuff we do have are very colorful.
Right.
There's a lot of parents who schools and stuff like that want to source their.
We're just seeing some video here that you had sent along with testing out some of the things. Yeah, and there's the pin again. And then again, like toys that anybody would be playing with, right? But I imagine that you're curating these very specific. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's really for anybody. We cater a lot to the autism special needs community because these products can be kind of hard to find. Some of them you got to get from the States, and there could be customs and duties, or you have to get something from here, something from there, and it could get costly with the shipping. So we've got great shipping rates, super fast shipping times. We ship everything out in 1 business day. So we're trying to be as the best version that we can be doing what we do, and we love what we do. Yeah.
So, Jose, I imagine feedback's must be great, right?
Really great feedback, actually. Yeah.
Because again, to go online and try to find all of these things, it can be such a difficult time to have it all in one place. I mean, there's some things I think a lot of families out there probably recognize right away, right? If you have a child on the spectrum, loud noises and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
What is this here?
That's a SensiPod. It's a fidget. It's a desktop fidget. So kids in class, if they're having a hard time focusing and they just want to kind of like run their fingers across the different textures, just to kind of bring them a bit of focus and calm in the classroom.
Before we run out of time, so future, where do you see yourselves moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, in the future, our long-term goal and our long-term visions, we'd love to have a brick and mortar space that we can have the community come in and we'll sell our products, but also have a little coffee shop area, hopefully, that families, not exclusive to those with special needs, but they can come and enjoy, relax with their kids with a sensory room or a sensory corner, something like that. And we'd love to be able to hire on people with disabilities. That would be the ultimate dream.
Sounds like a fantastic dream. People can find you online, all over social media as well, right?
Absolutely. Please give us a follow, and yeah.
Wonderful. Jose, thank you so much. Kim, thank you very much.
Thank
really
you,
appreciate your time today.
Thanks for having us.
We'll be back to talk Ottawa Race Weekend, the charity component in particular, coming up right after this. Don't go anywhere.
This is a man's heart, a heart in desperate need of medical attention. But because 78% of Indigenous people experience racism in healthcare, he may not get the help he needs. Become an ally. Rise above racism in healthcare.
Ani, I'm Carolyn King, and I'm a member of the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation and the creator of the Moccasin Identifier. Philip Cote, an artist in Toronto here, took and redrew real moccasins. We're starting over with the children. The idea is that they would research whose land their school is built on, near, or what treaty area they're in. And the educational kit that we have has all that information in there. And the children just, love it. My dream is that this province will be covered with moccasin identifiers within the next decade, and they will forever know whose land they're on. That's the goal. Educate and awareness with a nice, simple little program called the Moccasin Identifier.
You're watching an interesting local show on Rogers TV and you want to know more. That's when you head to rogerstv.com. Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at rogerstv.com.
Rogers presents the 2024 East Coast Music Awards, live from Charlottetown Thursday, May 2nd, starting with the red carpet at 6 p.m., followed by the awards show at 7. The East Coast Music Awards on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to the show. Tamarack Ottawa Race Weekend coming up May 25th and 26th. Of course, we at Rogers TV will be doing a lot of the coverage, but one of the most, if not the most important component of Ottawa Race Weekend is the charity component, and millions of dollars have been raised over the years, and people get to choose who they want to support, and the Ottawa Hospital Foundation has had a long partnership with Ottawa Race Weekend. We're joined by the president and CEO of the foundation, Tim Kluk. Welcome. Great to have you back here as usual. And Jill Barr, who's a supporter, and you're running this year. Jill, welcome. Great to have you here as well. Tim, let's talk about that charity component and this long partnership that you've had at the foundation.
You know, Tamarack Race Weekend is a fantastic event, a real sign of spring in the city. We've been fortunate since 1998 to be the leading charity of choice. And since that time, I've raised over $12 million for the most part, research at the Ottawa Hospital. And this year, pretty unique opportunity because we are building a new hospital. We do have a $500 million campaign, big price tag, and research. So Race Weekend is hugely important to us.
Yeah, and it's interesting too, Tim, because people think of the healthcare field here in Canada, universal healthcare, and we're so proud of it. But a big component of making sure we have that great care is that we do have to raise funds in communities across the country, right?
Philanthropy is critical. Yes, the government provides that standard of care that we all expect. But if you want leading edge care, new technologies, new equipment, et cetera, that's where philanthropy comes into play. And it's philanthropy, as you said, in this program. You can support different causes through Race Weekend. We have 27 teams all running for a different cause. So either participate or join as a donor.
Jill, why did you decide to participate and support the foundation?
So a few reasons. I myself am a childhood cancer survivor. So just the Ottawa Hospital has kind of deeply impacted my life. I've been a patient there for a long time. Once I got into my adult life, then they have been following me ever since.
Right.
So I've always kind of felt compelled to give back after what they've kind of done for me. I'm also I'm an athlete and I have a bit of a competitive spirit, so the Race Weekend just gave me a good opportunity to kind of challenge myself, and then also provided me with a great platform to raise money for the Ottawa Hospital.
Have you always been a runner, or is this something new for you as an athlete?
It's pretty new. I haven't always been a runner. I've always liked running, but I still would classify myself as a beginner.
Okay.
This is my first half marathon, though.
All right, so you've decided on your first half. So what has your training been like? Walk me through that.
Like I said, I'm kind of a beginner, so nothing too crazy. But I started, I would say, being a little bit more strict with my running training schedule in about February. So it started off with some smaller distances, and then once the spring season came, a little bit nicer weather, I started trying to push myself a little bit further. And the month of April, I did some of the longer distances, and then I'll be in the longer distances for another maybe 2 more weeks, and then I'll start to taper a bit, give myself a break, and then hopefully when Race Weekend comes along, I'll be ready to go.
Tim, how does the charity component work as far as fundraising goes?
Sure.
Walk us through that process.
So we have a website, runforareason.ca, and so any of your viewers can go to that website and support a runner like Jill, or pick and choose teams that are running for a cause that may be important to you. It could be cancer research, it could be Parkinson's, you name it, a gamut of support. So that's where it starts. It's not too late to register. Well, the full marathon, half marathon is sold out, but 2, 5, and 10 are still available, and you can still register to fundraise. So if you decide, hey, as a family, as a workplace, let's do the 2K or the 5K, go to runforareason.ca and sign up and start raising money.
We should mention too, it's the 50th anniversary of this race, right? Which is just incredible to think how the success stories over the years. And every time we do coverage, Tim, I'm sure you tune in and you just hear all of these different stories. I mean, that must be a motivational factor, right, for your team and in general to hear why people are running, right?
It is called Run for a Reason, for a Reason.
Yeah.
And there are so many stories, and you've been there. You've seen the bibs, I'm running for.
Yeah.
And they're often running for a friend, a loved one. And that's why the charity component is so special. You have running events, that's great, it's really important. But the charitable component really makes this event special, and I think it separates it from other running events. And we're just blessed as the Ottawa Hospital. It's our 100th anniversary this year. So
that's right.
It's interesting. Here we are celebrating the 50th of race weekend and the 100th of the Ottawa Hospital.
Jill, do you have any challenges still from that, early cancer diagnosis to where you are today?
I mean, there's a few things that I've kind of dealt with long term, but again, like I've met so many people along the way, and I feel like in comparison, like I've come out of it very healthy, and I've been very, very fortunate, and I think a lot of that was because of the care that I received from both CHEO and now the Ottawa Hospital. So yeah, I've been pretty privileged to come out of it relatively healthy, and because of that, I'm able to do things like run a half marathon. So super grateful for that.
Yeah, what kind of advice would you give somebody? I mean, there's probably people watching that they're in the same position as you, right? They're beginners, and they've decided that they want to run this year. What sort of advice would you give them?
Honestly, it's the first, I would say, 2 weeks are really tough.
Yeah.
Like, just give yourself a chance. It won't come easy, but as cheesy as it is, nothing good ever comes easy. So honestly, if you can just get out there and kind of get over that mental hump of it being something that's very hard, and maybe find some enjoyment in it. For me, I found like some peace in running, and I find it's a great way to escape from the stresses in life. You go out on a nice day and you're listening to music, and it's actually really enjoyable. So if you can kind of focus on that rather than it being a chore, I think that it's a great way to get started.
Yeah.
And then even for me, like if you can join a race weekend where, for example, I'm fundraising for the Ottawa Hospital, which is something that means a lot to me, it's also been a great motivator as well. So maybe if you do need that extra motivation, look into something like that.
Excellent advice. Really appreciate both of your time. Thank you so much for joining us. Want to remind you again, it's coming up May 25th and 26th. If you've never been a part of Race Weekend, and I'm talking about not just running in it, attend, in your neighborhood and cheer them on. It means so much to people like Jill and the rest of the runners to hear you cheering them on. It makes a huge difference. And if you want to, of course, help somebody raise funds for a great cause, visit the website, and I'll remind you about that a little bit later on in the show as well. We'll be right back after this. We know how amazing moms are, and just in time for Mother's Day, here's an opportunity to tell us how great she is and make her eligible to receive an exclusive makeover package. Just send us a few sentences telling us why your mom is so special and why she deserves a free professional makeover. The winner will receive an incredible makeover prize pack consisting of makeup and hair care services courtesy of Bruno Racine's Salon and L.A. Barrett. They have both worked with some of the biggest stars in North America.
This is your official invitation to join me for an hour to give. I'm Sam LaPrade. This week, you're going to hear all about the Ottawa Hospital Foundation and the incredible Creating Tomorrow campaign. Join us then.
These days at your local Legion, we're marching to the beat of a different drum. On a mission to support veterans, to have fun, and to welcome everyone to our ranks. You don't have to be a veteran to join the Legion. And as a member, you'll join thousands of others serving our veterans, our communities, and our country. Oh yeah, and our Member Perks program will save you thousands on shopping, dining, products, and services across the country. Join us at legion.ca.
Every year, dozens of Canadians are killed or seriously injured because they take risks around railway tracks. Talk to your loved ones about rail safety. Visit stoptracktragedies.ca.
Join us for the new season of Ottawa Storytellers, right here on Rogers TV.
I'm sorry. I'm laughing already because I know we're going to have so much fun in this next segment. They join me each and every month. They go out on adventures and then they come back to tell you about these experiences, whether they're good or bad. I'm happy to say they've all been great experiences so far. We'll find out today what the latest adventure has been like. I'm joined by Jen Hayward and Sarah Jean Stewart. Welcome to you both. Great to have you here. Jen, I like to call her the reluctant adventurer, and we have Sarah, the adventure seeker, joining us here on the show. So you managed to get her out again.
Yes,
Sarah.
And remember I said that I was going to get Jen out for some art this year, and we started with moss.
Moss. Okay, tell me about where this idea, how did you hear about this play, and where is it, first of all?
So we went to Osgood, to No Go Coffee, where Kayla's Crafts was hosting a workshop. And she does macrame workshops as well, and moss art and a few other things, but we saw the moss art, and because of my love for going out and taking photos of moss and lichens, we knew that was the right one.
Nice. So Sarah approaches you, Jen, and says, hey, we're going to do moss crafts. What was your thought initially?
Probably not surprised.
Okay.
I mean, no, because it's Sarah, right?
Right.
And I've heard of moss art in general because one time Sarah just showed up with a dresser, and I was like, what's that for? Or a mirror of a dresser. She's like, oh, I'm going to moss art it. I was like, all right. So, you know, it makes sense that she's just really gearing me up to do her labor for her, for her big project. So I wasn't surprised, and I said, because I know Kayla as well, I said, well, and I love the No Go Coffee. So like, to me, it was a win-win. How hard could it be was kind of what I said.
Okay.
But I also faced, not just me, I faced criticism. This was very hard for my husband and our friend Nick, who made fun of me because they're like, you're just going to glue. It's like kindergarten, you're gluing. And I was like, no, you're killing the creative spirit in me. So I was a Sarah for a minute, and I got it back. But it's just weird how some people think art is only certain things or for certain people. And I did it.
Yeah, and it doesn't really matter how rudimentary or how difficult something is, because in between, the whole idea is to do something that gives you some joy or some peace or introduces you to something new. So what was the process like? So Sarah, you arrived there, and what happens exactly?
It was actually really cool because she had so much variety and selection. She was pulling out bags and bags of moss in every color you could possibly imagine, all different textures, and we just had a giant table full of moss to pull from. So she brought the canvases, she painted them ahead of time for us black, so you have a nice dark background. She brought all of the mosses, really good glue, like I'm a crafter, and she picked the good glue.
I know, because, Jen was shaking hers a little earlier before we came live on the show, and we were panicking that it was going to end up everywhere. So you both tackled it in a different way. Jen, tell me about this piece and what inspired you to put this together.
Well, I was at a workshop, and they gave me some glue and moss.
I knew a smart aleck remark was coming.
Well, no, but
why do I set myself up like this?
But the reality is, an artist was visualizing the whole thing. I was like gluing in so that I was like, I didn't like the first one, so then I just kept building it up, and I'm going to add more and more.
Okay.
So for my process, it was a lot of fun that way, because that's how, like, if I was drawing, I'd probably be erasing, and so for me, I just had to keep building. And her process was like she was viewing the colors, and I was like, yeah, like this is a pretty color. And I was like, if I put this on, they won't see the holes.
Here, can you hand it to, I just want to show it to camera here, to Austin, if we can get a close up here. Because yeah, I mean, you've obviously you've chosen some different styles here, right? Where it looks like Sarah went with a lot of the same style. And then, let me show both of them here. So does she color the moss herself? Does she dye the moss? Or?
No, you can buy moss like that.
What?
I feel like I have to say that this is actually lichen, but
okay.
But we call it, some of it's moss. There's moss on hers.
Yeah.
But it comes like that, so it's pre-dyed and preserved. Yeah, there's different. You can also do live moss art, which is a completely different thing.
No.
This is this is preserved moss.
Why are you saying no to live moss?
She's going to have me collecting moss in the forest next month just for you.
Okay, true story. My wife and I do collect moss, and we.
All right, we'll go out with Derek next month.
We might have to go out together, Sarah, because we collect moss, and we've made both at our cottage and at home. We have these live green roofs on our sheds.
Yes.
Okay.
And so because moss is so hardy, right? It can handle heat, and it can I mean, depending on the style of moss. So we've done this too with live moss.
It was. I do want to say what I liked about this, because I thought, oh, an adventure with Sarah, yay! But I met so many cool women because it was a workshop, and you're sitting around a table, and as you know, in the Indigenous world, the circle, and it was just like, hey, I like that about this, and it was really nice. So we got some really good connections too.
That's a great point, because Sarah, is that one of the reasons why you've always tried to seek out adventure and trying something new?
100%. Like literally, that is my favorite thing about trying new things. Is you're going to meet all different people with all different mindsets, and I really like new friends.
No, she does. Like we just had a party, and I looked, I was like, these are all people we've met in the last 2 months because we invite people over, and I was like, happy birthday, people who don't even know the birth people. It's just, we had fun, man.
Sarah, you are the best. And you just got back from Brazil recently, too, didn't you?
And again, one of my favorite things about being there was being able to meet all of these new people that I'll, probably have as contacts for the rest of my life.
That's
thanks
amazing.
to social media.
I followed your journey on social media, and I was like, some of the things that you were sharing just looked absolutely spectacular. That's why it's great to get out and go on adventures, Jen.
I did, and it's
you
here.
Did.
And I
Do we know
art.
what you're doing next yet?
Well, apparently moss collecting.
I do have something lined up.
Okay, well, we'll let it be a surprise. They will be back in a month to tell us about their latest adventures. We'll be back right after this to wrap up the show.
Watch Podium exclusively on Rogers TV.
I'm Sam LaPrade, host of Ottawa Business Matters. We're going to gather here every single week and speak about business here in the capital. We're going to inspire, influence, and inform.
Join us for season 4 of Simply Cooking by Chef, Sunday nights at 8 o'clock, right here on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to the show. I want to remind you, Tamarack Ottawa Race Weekend coming up May 25th, 26th. We'll have coverage here of the half and full marathon, so make sure you tune into Rogers TV. Both of those days we'll have the full coverage. Again, if you want to help, again, there's so many charities involved in this. You can go to runorareason.ca. You can donate. You can look up and find somebody, whether it's a team or an individual. There's a lot of opportunity. If you're looking for that great Mother's Day gift idea, again, Things Engraved. Allison pointed out some of the wonderful products they have. They have tons of other products up there, and you can completely customize it. Thingsengraved.ca for that. And a big thanks to Kim and Jose from Ability Hive. All of those products are available. I think he said he has, I don't know, I think it was like 90 products or something like that now. AbilityHive.ca to find out all the information on that. I want to remind you, we've got our Mother's Day contest that's running until Sunday. The deadline is midnight on Sunday. That is May the 5th. Go to rogerstv.com/amazingmom. You'll find out all the details there and the great prize pack we have available for you. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time here on Daytime.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
Hey everybody, my name is Karen. I'm here with my best friends Shane and Monique. Join us on Rogers TV for Fitness Faction. Every week we're going to take you through a full body workout. We've got strength training, we've got cardio, we've got HIIT. Ladies, let's get back into it.
I think we've got 10 more skaters. Let's go.
We know